Hello friends, I'm happy to announce that the sci-fi novel Olan and I were working on back in 2016 has officially been finished, published, and is now available for purchase. You can find links in the description for where you can find this novel. Don't worry about the title of this video. Don't think about that right now. We'll get to it. Believe me, I can't stop thinking about it. But for now, I'll tell you a little bit about the story. This story takes place on a planet that is unconnected from the other colonized planets that have left Earth. The planet is called Galilee, and it is covered by a tidal storm that sweeps over the surface of the planet every few days. It makes survival on the surface very difficult and near impossible. Our main character, Gaius, acts as a sort of messenger to make sure that the disjointed society of Galilee stays connected in some way. However, this is just a means to an ends for Gaius. His true pursuit is that of a man who committed heinous crimes 15 years ago, and everything that Gaius does is a result of that pursuit. But he can't do it alone. Gaius makes his way across Galilee with his robot companion Clark and the trained hawk Raindrop. This is a story about survival, perseverance, revenge, grief, found family, and self-discovery. I worked really hard on this. I cared a lot about it. I really wanted it to be something that could help people unplug, as I have wanted to do for many of the last 8 years. And unfortunately, when we sent over the manuscript, some stuff didn't transfer, including all of the italics in the book. And this is like a page 1 issue. Like all the way from page 1 through the entire book, there's not a single italic anywhere to be seen. This book is written in first person. It will constantly change tenses in a way that does not really make a lot of sense. Unfortunately, because the italics are not there, those are supposed to be representative of his internal monologue, his experience in the present moment. So when he changes to present tense, it's about what he's thinking about right in that moment, rather than the rehearsal of events that have passed. So these constant changes between past and present tense are very confusing to read, at least from my perspective. And there are 8,000 copies that have been printed with this error. There isn't anything that we can do about it. Those copies are just out in the world. I believe that you can find them at like Barnes & Noble and stuff like that. I mean, I'll have links to like Amazon, whatever else, if people want to purchase a physical copy. But I just wanted to let people know that this error exists. I wanted to apologize. We have been trying to do everything in our power to rectify the issue. They're trying to get as many stickers as possible onto the copies that have gone out that have a little QR code to a free digital copy. If your book does not contain that QR code, I have a link in the description to a free copy that is correct with the all the italicized text and everything else that should be in the book done correctly in the digital version. If, for whatever reason, this book happens to sell well enough that we can sell these 8,000 misprinted copies, two things could happen. One, those of you who bought a misprinted copy now have a version of the book that no one else will ever have. There are only 8,000 made. If this book sells well enough, you have a special copy. That's some silver lining that doesn't super feel like silver lining to me. And if I were someone who purchased a book, it wouldn't feel great for me, which is why I'm trying to inform you before you buy the book that that is the case. The other thing is, if we sell these 8,000 copies and we sell well enough, we can do a second printing. And fix that issue and make absolutely certain that the second printing is as correct as possible. Anybody who has published a book before knows that errors are common. They happen all the time in printing. Even The Lord of the Rings, it's had multiple printings where they fixed certain errors and things. So it's not that I expected this book to be printed without errors. It's just the error that happened was so major that it makes me feel like I want to throw up whenever I think about it. I feel really sick about it, and it sucks that our debut novel is going through this. I just want to say thanks to everybody who's supported our projects over the years. We try to make them the best that we possibly can. There are certain QA things that we couldn't account for that we only very recently discovered after they had already been printed. I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to go throw up again, and I hope that you enjoy the book.